had a great day though, show. I see you, man. 90 to 98,000.
Yeah, man. You know, Mama said it'd be days like this. All right, all right. Let's see here. All right. All right. So I'm just gonna start off. Right. Basic market structure rules. Right. So if we're in the uptrend, it's making higher highs, higher lows. Right. Higher high, higher low. Right. But right now, the market has been making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for stocks that are resembling this pattern here. If it's not resembling that pattern, I am not taking the trade. Point blank, period. If I have to second guess that setup, that means it's not there. That's all to it. All right. So I'll review Oracle. All right. It happened on the hourly. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. It was on the hourly. Right. Same thing. Right. So we had a high, low, lower high. Right. And then when its price started pulling back here, that's when I grabbed puts and rolled them down. That was it. You see it better on the 15-minute. It was here. Boom. And got in. And that was all to it. There was nothing much. Once price pulled back, I looked for a reversal pattern, and it gave me one. I just took the trade. All right. But if you look at Oracle, you really could have got in last Thursday, really, right? And swung those because you had a double top here, right? You had a double top. It broke through it. Price came back down. Boom. Oracle, right? Oh, I didn't trade Oracle this week. That was last week. It was right here. I'm like, damn, this don't look like Boeing chart. So that was Oracle last week. This move right here. How do you get in on the lower time frames? So let me throw this on here. Hold on. So on the lower time frames, this is hourly. Yeah, it was here. This one I got in right here. So Oracle, all right. But if you look, yeah, I got it on Thursday. Correct. So this Oracle trade, right, last week, right, this thing's ran over 1,100%. I noticed, right, you had a higher high, low, lower high, right? And prices come back to that 50 moving average. I have a double top, right? So if I go on smaller time frames, we know double tops are what? Reversal patterns. Double tops are reversal patterns. And price ideally should come back and test that neckline of the double top. What Oracle do? It broke through it, came back to test that neckline. All right. One touch, two touch, neckline, came back to retest. Grab puts, put your stop loss in. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And just write them down. Any questions on the Oracle trade?
If you've got questions, now's the time to speak up. Type in the chat, but make sure your questions are written down. Make sure you can answer them.
Yeah.
Let it be known.
Boeing, right? Like I said, if my setups don't look like market structure, that means it is not there. Going back, if I notice this structure, yes. Hold on. Oh, he says Tommy. If I don't see that, so like I said, the market has been making lower lows and lower highs. So what I'm looking for this movement here, lower highs, lower lows. There is how I draw those lines. Basically, there's an indicator on TradingView that'll give you these lines. And my settings for those lines are found in the resource tab. How you just find the neckline. Pretty much simple, right? So we go back. All right. So this how price look on the hourly, right? This how price look on the hourly, right? But I don't enter on the hourly, enter on the 15-minute. All right. This is one touch. This is two touch. Your neckline is where it bounced up to create that second touch, right? Right here. And once it broke it, what did price do? Came back to the neckline, right? Let me use this. All right. One touch, two touch, broke it, come back down to touch it, retest to go lower, right? It looks exactly like this reversal pattern here. All right. Look exactly like this reversal pattern. Double top. Now, does it always come back and test the neckline? It don't. But that's how I find it. Let me see. You always enter on the 15-minute. It depends on the time frame, right? So if I do my analysis on the hourly, I'm most likely probably going to enter on the 15 or 5-minute. If I do my analysis on the 4-hour, I'm going to enter on the hourly. If I do my analysis on the weekly and daily, I'll probably enter on the 4-hour, right? So you want to do your analysis on the higher time frames and enter on the lower time frame, which is here, right? So if you're scalping, your analysis will be on the 5 and 15-minute. Entry is the 1 or 3-minute. Intraday analysis on these time frames, you want to enter on the 5-minute. If you look at a swing trade, look at these time frames for your analysis and enter on the hourly. Positional means you want to swing for a few months. So like I said, it depends on the time frame. But once you get good at reading candlesticks, though, you can enter on the 15-minute if you know what to look for. I don't recommend it if you're new at this. Continue to just follow these simple rules. So I just showed you one trade that I took, right? Boeing. If I look at the hourly, right? Ooh, let me get rid of this. Don't this look like that pattern I just showed you? You had a high, low, lower high. I was pissed because I missed this entry, but I said, guess what? When that bitch come back, excuse my language, I'm not going to miss it this time. And what did price do? It came right back and got rejected. So if I go down to my 15-minute, what do I see? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something quick. Oh, 15. There we go. Price get back to this area. What do you get? A bearish pin bar candle, right? On the 15-minute. Seller strapped me. Buyer tried to push it up. Seller step back in. Boom. Take the trade, put your stop loss in. All right. And just ride them down. Any other questions on Oracle?
So you don't ever use extended trading hours?
No, but you can see the same setups on this. They may look a little different, but I just use the market hours. I used to use extended hours. I just stopped. But you can use extended hours as well. Right. That's even better, right? Look at that bearish pin bar candle. Same thing, right? You got a low, all right? Pull back to that area that was once resistance here. It was holding up. It was support, all right here. You get rid of this box. This was support, right? It bounced here. It held it up here. It broke through it. What did the price do? Come back to that area. No, I don't try to do anything fancy with this stuff, man. I just try to keep it plain and simple. We already get the market makers against us, right? Any other questions with Boney? Mm-hmm. Let's look at Nike. So last week Nike put this paid, right? This was look, it came to that area, got rejected. Like you could have made a good 30-40% on this trade right here, right? All right, so let me do Nike. Now Nike was on a smaller time frame, right? So if I would go to Nike on the 15-minute, right? So look, all right. So Nike was making high. It had a change of character. When you have a change of character, that means the structure on that time frame has changed. So in this case, has changed from bullish to bears. So what I do, I wait for the pullback. All right. What do you have? You have a double top. Now I'm aggressive when I play. You see all these, inverted hammer right here. Get in, put your stop loss right above it. All right. And ride them down. So what did price do? It made a low again. What did price retrace back to yesterday? That same area where it dropped in the past. Boom. Made another low. After it made that low, it retraced. Oh, damn, this is back at the 50 moving average, and I got an inverted hammer. Let me go ahead and collect some money on Nike right quick for this play. And for Nike to drop $1.50 in 30 minutes, that's good, about 60, 70%. I'm not even going to hold you up. Just rinse and repeat. Like I said, if I don't see this set up, and if I don't see this set up right here, I don't take the trade. I don't take it. Yeah, so in that little situation, like basically you could have stayed on the Nike chart for the last 2 days and made over 100% easily on every time. You could have caught it going up, could have caught it going down, could have caught it going up. That's your take profit right there. Boom. Now, does price always come and take out this low? No, it does not. Right. But if you got in here and by the time it retraces against you, you shouldn't be letting your trades go from green to red. What other questions do you have? Because I'm going to show you some IWM last week or yesterday. IWM, right? I'll go to my hourly, same concept, right? Same effing concept. Like I said, I like the simple setups. I don't need nothing fancy, right? You had a lower high, made a lower low. Price pulled back to form that lower high and made a new lower low. Come on now. Depending on how many contracts you would have got right here, this would have made your week. For IWM to drop $13 in like a day and a half, that's huge. Any other questions on that? And once again, drop down to the lower time frame. What do we have? Inverted hammer. Boom. Take the trade, put your stop loss in. All right. You want to look at oh no, this is my mom calling. Hold on. You don't look at XYZ. Oh, let me go to the hourly. I hate all these candles. Let me get rid of all these lines on here. So look at this here. So if you look at XYZ, right? It was in this range, right? It was in this range all last week. It was in this range, right? Hit the top of that range. This was yesterday. And what did it do? It broke the range and kept going down. That's it. I'm pretty sure if I drop down to lower time frame, I will see a bearish candlestick, right? Yeah, inverted hammer is green, but then it was followed by a red one. Get in the trade and put your stop loss in. I mean, it don't get no easier than that, y'all. I'll be honest with you. Now, we can't just keep dropping, though, right? The market just don't keep dropping. So, probably is going to bounce at some point, and I believe Devin called this out. SPY is it hit its was it 200-day moving average, but still, SPY is still in this range, like. SPY still in this range. All right, it's just still in this range. And I think Devin said it's at its 50, not 50. It's at its 200-day moving average. Let me see. Yep. So if you know anything about the 200-day moving average, it's like the grandfather. All right, these are good spots to go long at. Does it always work? No. These are good spots to go long. Well, you say, well, the market came up to the area and it dropped. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Why did it? Same thing. All right. Look at this area. This is just basic support and resistance now. It held up here, held up here. Oh, if this is support, it should act as resistance. But I'm not just going to get in because it was support. It just may act as resistance. I need to see something, right? Once price got here, it gave you an inverted hammer at the 50 moving average. At that point, you just got to be patient. Once you see the reversal signal, so if I go down to the 5-minute, you got a 180 right there. A full reversal, a bullish engulfing candle. Boom, back down to the downside. But remember, on the 15-minute, your 50 moving average is right there. So when I'm looking at my charts, it's normally like this. Where the hell is it? So I'll have like my 15 here, then I have my hourly here. Because what I want to see is my 15 and hourly both start turning bearish if I want to grab puts. If I want to go calls, I want to see the 15 and hourly in the same alignment.
That makes sense.
So, hold on just a second. Any other questions? Somebody have a question?
Okay. So the 200 EMA is probably the strongest moving average.
Well, you can say that. People call it the granddaddy. Like, that's a good buy-in opportunity.
Okay, I got you.
Can you explain what a bounce movement is? So, I'll give you one. I'll just take SPY. All right. So I'll just use this for example, right? So you see price came down here, right? that's when buyers stepped in. So it kind of bounced up. Then once you return back here again, buyers step back in. So it bounced off this area, right? So that should let you know, hey, we got some support here. If this breaks support, will it act as resistance when it's retested? It should, but does it always happen? No. Right? It doesn't. But in this case, it acted as resistance. Right? You had a couple confluences, right? You had the 50 moving average right there. You had an inverted hammer, and you got previous resistance that's now support. That's 3 confluences. What you waiting on? Take the trade. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Well, if you're right, look what happened. Now it's easier said than done when it's hindsight. But we looked at 5 or 6 tickers, and they all had the same setup on that retest. Either gonna be a double top inverted hammer, right? To the lines.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So the lines you put up are based on the lower lows. Yeah, so not all the time, right? It goes back to basic support and resistance, right? But these lines do line up the lower lows for the most part, right? Because like this bounced in the past here. So if price returns back here, could it bounce? Could buyers step in? Absolutely. We don't know if they will or not, right? We don't know.
All right, I got a question for you, but it's just long to type.
Go ahead.
So, at this chart right here, where you got the third line, and you said if it come down, it could bounce, but we don't know. So, if it passes that line, are you waiting for it to come back to that line and see if it goes back down before you enter?
Yeah. So
what are you looking for?
If I didn't get input, so if I didn't get inputs here, I'm not getting inputs here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. And if it passes that line,
go ahead.
No. So I'm just saying, like, say the puts, but it can still go back up. Are you waiting to see if it comes back up and bounces back down off that line?
Yep. So basically, what I want to see is this. Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you what, a lot of you all,
for sure.
When y'all getting your trades, you taking puts right here. I'm not saying that the breakout, it won't continue, but more often than not, what it does is to y'all, it pulls back in, then go lower. And that's why you think like, damn, every time I get in the trade, it pulls it back against me before it goes lower. Then next you know, you look back at it and trade in that direction. You just wait for that retracement, man. I'm telling you. I wish Devin was here. Devin was a breakout trader. This dude was trading pullbacks. He would take his 30% and go about his day. Now he's getting 60, 70, 80, 100% trades now. He wasn't that type of trader. He just made a few adjustments. He waits for price to come back to retest. Boom. Now I'm going to show you something because he trades the 10-minute, right? And he was wrong on one of these. I forgot which one. I think it was a QQQ spot, but it's okay. You're going to be wrong. But guess what he did? He switched the calls and made it happen. Like it's not 100%. UPS. Yes. So UPS, it was rejecting this area yesterday. Oh, they rejected it bad. Okay. So a couple things here. Yeah. So if I do this. Right off. Look what the price do, right? This was your resistance. So when price got back to it, now it didn't come right to it though. It just don't. Sometimes they don't. All right. Drop down to your lower time frame. There's your inverted hammer. If you're really good at reading candlesticks, you can drop down to your hourly. You got a bullish, bearish engulfing candle. Boom. Take the trade. From 119 to 116, 117, $2 drop. Come on now. And you can say, did it break that trend line it was on? Possibly, yeah. You see, it was respecting this trend line all February. They finally broke it. Could this be the downtrend to go test this area here? Could be. Who knows? You're welcome, Sensei. If I'm going too fast, please slow me down. Please slow me down. All right, SMCI. I'm curious on SMCI. All right. So if I go to my weekly, all right, you can see this area here was support, right? It was resistance here, broke above it. Then it's acting as resistance, broke above it. The price came back down to it today. So we'll see what SMCI want to do. I want to see some more confirmation. But if you got in at the bottom, you probably up, Mike. It's up. Let's see here. So how do I find those tickers that's showing these setups like this? I literally just have my time frame on, like if I look at the hourly, and I just start going down. Like, look at this. All right. Same thing. It broke it, came back to it. This was Monday. So I just go down these charts. Oh, this at 207.70. Wow. Oh, shit. So I just go down these charts and I look for those setups. All right. This was a good one, right? Let me get rid of these lines. This was a good one. All right. You can say it was consolidating here. All right. Boom, boom. Price came back up here to retest. You just have to be patient. Go down to my 15-minute. If you're really not a reader, go down to your 5. Oh, you have an inside bar at the top. It broke it to the downside. Dang. So go back. I just keep going down. Hey, I look like it's continuing that trend too, right? You look here. Boom. It broke it. Came back to retest. Drop down to my lower time frame. Up, Gravestone Doji. That's my signal to get in, take the trade. The same patterns, like this thing just been going down for a while. Hold on, shit. I think it's in this range. Yeah, it's in this range. All right, at the top of this range, and it's just been dropping. Shit. But if you think about it, it's only like I said, it's only going to give you so many legs down before it starts to reverse. All right. AMD on the 4-hour, right? Look at this. You got a high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Like it just keep repeating itself. Now, Is it going to keep doing that forever? No. It's eventually going to reverse. All right? It is eventually going to reverse. Now, if I'm looking to take calls on AMD, honestly, I would just wait for this to happen right here. Price to break above it is above my 50 moving average. Come back down to retest to go higher. If AMD shows me that on the hourly, I'll take trades. I'll take a trade to go long. But until it shows me that, I'm staying away from it for calls.
So you're not taking it off the initial move up, or you waiting for that retest to confirm the move to go upward for a better risk to reward.
Correct. Like if I didn't get it down here, I'm not chasing. All right? Because as I all we know right here is this is resistance. I'm not going to get calls up here. What's the risk to reward? Shit, I don't know. Could it keep going? Absolutely. Right? But that's not how I trade. I want to see that break and retest to go higher. I'll give you one. J Money, Citigroup, right? This shit was textbook, and I'm pissed at myself because I seen it yesterday, right? I was on, so I knew, damn, hold on. So Citigroup, couple things here. Citigroup just been in this range, right? If you really, I'll take this off. I'll go to my 4 hour, right? It's really just been in this range, right? Boom, it's been in this range. Now, on my hourly, there's some resistance here, all right? There's some resistance, all right? Boom. This was resistance, support, resistance. So when price opened up Monday, I was on I think it was 15 minute or 5 minute. I was on the 15 minute. I was like, damn, I want to grab calls because banks was bullish. But I was like, nope, because it's at resistance. Why would I get a call up here? I said, if this thing's break and retest, I grab a call. What I should have done was grab a put. It had my setup. It's at the top of the range, inverted hammer, previous resistance. Previous resistance, inverted hammer at the top of the range. Boom. And look what it did. It dropped from $80 all the way down to Citigroup dropped $10 in 1 day, a day and a half. For Citigroup to drop that much, I'm telling you, those cons had to run over 2,000%, depending on which ones you got. And I'm looking it up now. I'm pissed at myself because I seen it. I was so biased towards the calls, I wanted to see a break and retest. Yeah, so for Citigroup, I wouldn't have went this far out the money. I most likely would have grabbed like the 80 put because the contracts are fairly cheap. At that time, the 80 put was $1.50. They ran to 920 today. $1.50 to 920. You could have went to the 78 or whatever. Those 78s was damn near 78. $70 or $60. They hit a high of 600. That's 1,000%. Yep. Any other questions? Let me see if we got some in the trading discussion. No. What time frames I normally get down on? So it all depends, right? It all depends on what I'm trying to do. Right? If I'm looking for a swing, it's most likely on the hourly, right? I do my analysis on higher time frames. But I'm good at reading candlesticks on the lower time frames that I know if I enter this trade, I can swing it. Right? But I will stick to this as a rule of thumb. Look at this. I don't know when I put this here. Double bottom, retest the neckline, go long. Simple. Market structure. So, ABBV. I think somebody was in ABBV. Up your wealth. All right. So, I got an ABBV 210 calls back here, right? Like, I think on this candlestick right here, November. Now, I said my stop loss was below this candle here because that's why I got in. Took myself out the trade over this way because I said, oh, this is going to reverse. What I should have done was just stick with it. Just stick with it, right? Because if you look, this was resistance, right? Resistance. Then when it broke above it, what do we want to see, J Money? J Money.
Yeah, I'm here.
If this is resistance, right? All this is resistance. When price break above it, what do we want to see to get in the trade?
You want to see it come back and retest.
And look what happened. Prices gapped up above it, came back down to retest. Now, at this point in time, the 210 cost was $30. This week, they hit 670.
So you really not trying to catch it. You're really not trying to catch the initial move because that initial move, that first move could be a fake out. So you want to see that retest to confirm that move whether it's upside or downside. But in this case, the upside.
Correct. Nope.
You act like you don't know that.
I'm just asking.
Any other questions? Look at CRM. I mean, this Q pain. Slow moving stock, but same thing, right? Made a low, pull back, boom. Oh, I'm pointing out Exxon, right? Exxon been in this range for a long time, right? Go to my daily. Look, it just been in this range. And last week, I said I wanted 109 calls, but I didn't stick with it. Look what happened Monday. Got rejected just like all the other stocks did yesterday. Boom. And what did price do once it got back down here? Buyers stepped back in. All right. From 106 to 109. Nobody nails the bottom, right? Nobody nails the bottom. But God damn it, it had a good opportunity to get in. All right. Same thing with Palantir, right? If you're not a read candlesticks, Palantir had a double bottom. All right. Right in this area where it took off in the past. All right. Took off in this area in the past. All right. Boom. Boom. Drop down to my lower time frame. Oh, what do I see? A double bottom. Take your first price target at that 50 moving average, right? Now, for me to get long in Palantir, like I said, I won't go long here. If I got it here, good. If I can't go long here. What I need to see is, J Money, what I need to see. If I want to take this long, what do I need to see?
You need to see price come back and retest that. What is that line right there to go back upward?
So I want to see it break here, all right? If this is resistance, I want to see it come back down, see if that 50 curls back around like that to go higher. Because now the structure on the hourly has changed from bearish, because this would be my higher high, right? This would be my higher high. And this should be my higher low. Ooh, that's like an A. That look like Al. All All right, that's what I want to see. In order for me, and I will wait. Listen, I will wait. If this shit don't happen till next week, I will wait.
And I think that's kind of my problem. I just don't be waiting.
So you base your trade. Hold on. Yep, decision is always on the retest. Yep, that's how I trade, on the retest. So you base your trade either day trade or something based on the time frame. Yes. Yep, everything is based on that time frame. Yep. Bob is here. Boy, you paid attention to school, you, huh? You got a little nice handwriting. Or you got an Apple pen. You need the moving average to curl too, or that's automatic. So when the move average start to curl, that it's automatic, right? I prefer price to be above it, right? If price is above the 50, I'm bullish. If price is below it, I'm bearish. All right. I'll give you another one that paid well last week. RTX fucking paid well. All right. Was it last week or was it February? So look at this. Same concept. I'm gonna get rid of my lines. So if price breaks the resistance, it's bullish. If price breaks resistance, it's bullish. It can be bullish on that time frame it broke it, right? Because the higher time frames may have resistance a little bit above it. So yes. Same thing, right? This thing was making lower highs, lower lows, and then what happened? What did price do? Came back to that area, right? And retest. Boom. And just take the trade. That's it. Now price is coming back down. That's all I look for. That break and retest. Damn, this shit down to $86. Now this shit been market structured too, though. I ain't gonna hold you up, right? It was on hourly or 4 hour. I think it was. Yeah, this shit been market structured too, right? You say if you missed this leg down, it gave you another chance to get in. Gave you another chance to get in. You're only gonna give us so many chances to get in these trades. And that's why I've been saying the market just been so simple to trade. If you understand market structure, it has been so simple to trade. You just wait for the pullback. Boom.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
So, when they come back and retest, what exact candle are you getting in on?
So I'll look.
Because you know how like sometimes it'll. Okay.
No, go ahead. Let me cut you off.
Because like sometimes it'll hit that, and then it'll play around a little bit right there before it actually go down or go up. So, what exact candle is it like? All right, yeah, we going this way.
So, one, I think you when you develop your own rules, right? Some people say I need to see an inverted hammer before I get in, right? But you don't see a bearish candlestick. So one, I want to see inverted hammers. I want to see inside bars at the top of an uptrend, or I want to see a bearish engulfing candle. Right? Inside bars is consolidation, meaning buyers or sellers. So these yellow candles mean it price or this candlestick closed within the previous body's candle, right? So this is tight consolidation. So typically what happens is whatever direction it breaks, it will continue in that direction. Does it always happen? No. But those I want to see. I see inverted hammers, bearish engulfing candles, and inside bars. Those type of candlesticks I want to see. Any recommendations on gaining? Yes. So I have a playlist It should be in my channel. It should be pinned to my channel, the playlist for market structure. Well, I do want to throw this out there. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Just because market structure works for me, it may not work for you, right? Prince used the moving averages. J Money used basically support and resistance, right? Bob used market structure with the moving averages, right? Some people use RSI and MACD. So you have to find what works for you and what's good for your mental. I'm trying to see. I believe I had these.
Hey, so you already go over SMCI? I'm kind of late.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Yeah, so if you want to learn about market structure, I do have a YouTube playlist pinned to my channel. SMCI, yeah, so it's not SMXI. Yeah, so basically what I'm looking at SMCI, you can see this area here was resistance. I mean, it was support, resistance, and it came back down to retest. So I want to see if this area will hold up. And what I see too is price at that 50 moving average. All right. So I want to see what price want to do. Do it want to continue higher, or do it just want to keep going lower?
What's the lowest time frame you'll get into as far as just analyzing it? If anybody hasn't already asked that.
5 minute.
And that's just like for entries.
Yeah, that's if I want to be real aggressive.
Yeah. I think I got in the SMC. I'm kind of, it closed. Market closed. I'm down like 13%. Ain't crazy. But I got in on like the 30. The 30 of SMCI looks kind of good too. As far as like those that, like where you got that, what is that, your change of character or breaking structure?
Right here.
Yeah. I think my levels, hold on, let me look at my chart. I had like 422 and like a 390 something.
SMCI 4092.
Yeah.
I
got 4022. That's what I was looking at. 4022 and 3957 was kind of the areas.
Okay.
And 4022.
You said 3950?
39, yes, 50.
And this is your area for what?
Well, I heard you say it earlier, and I pulled up the chart and I did my little top down analysis, and I personally decided to get in. Nothing off of, you didn't get no calls or nothing, but I just personally decided to get in. And I was watching that. That's kind of just where I was watching for my, since I'm in it. I want to see it go above that. It was breaking above that 422. Hold on, I had some smaller lines, some smaller zones in there, like in the 5 minutes too. And it broke above right there, the 3950. It had broke above, and I was looking at the retest, but it came back through it.
Okay. So one thing I would do differently on this one.
And that's why I said I think I got in prematurely, because I was watching that big green in the inside, and it kind of tinkered around at that level, and then it broke through it. And I think that's when I got in. Once it broke through, I was like, okay, candle closed up, I'm getting in.
Yeah, like it's kind of tough because if you notice, price was approaching this resistance area, right?
Yeah.
4022
was the top of the zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. The better entry would have been down here. Even though that's hindsight, but if you had that 4022, you should have saw that, hey, yeah, I may not want to take calls at the 422. Let me just wait for it to break this area. All right. Break this area, then come back to retest it. All right.
That makes sense.
This was resistance. Support, resistance, resistance. Or now these candles wasn't here, but now it's showing you its resistance.
Right.
Could price gap above it tomorrow and come back down? Absolutely. Or could price just continue to go back down? It can do that as well.
You said you had got in because Show had posted something though, not because he posted.
No,
something.
I looked at it because Show said it. I hopped in the lounge and Show said something about SMTI. He was looking at some calls, and I just pulled up my chart and I was looking at it. And also not being as much of a veteran with the chart, I looked at it, and for my skill level, I liked what I seen, so I got in.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So show him what you saw and how you would have got in.
Oh, it was weekly, right?
And I think when you said it, I got in at like 10:30. So I think you said it probably, like 10:20, something like that. It was not earlier in the day, but it was before lunchtime, kind of.
So here it go right here. So you had that bullish engulfing candle, right, at a previous area of interest or support. Right, that's one signal to get in, right? Let's say if I took the trade off hourly, even on the 15-minute, right? Got another bullish engulfing candle, right? Boom. So this at 36 to 40. You could have made some money. This area here, if you would have got in, was your first price target, right? Why? Because that's where it got. This was previous resistance, support. And
I was just looking at the shit late, not early, huh?
I'm gonna wait. I'm looking for something more because when I said something, I'm like, my risk to reward isn't there just yet, right?
Right.
So I'm just gonna be patient.
And that's the part where I'm still kind of immature in my trading. Like I see the patterns, and then I get in on the patterns, and I don't catch like my third and fourth confirmation or confluence or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you need those.
Yeah. Hey, good looking on that too, Bobby. That's kind of what I was getting at. Thanks for putting that out there.
Well, look what price, like even you call it intraday trade too, right? If you call it intraday trade, look at this. Resistance, broke above it, came back to retest, hammer candle, right? Had your first target would have been that 40.22 area. Depending on how much you'd have went in with the trade, right? Boom. Steph Curry better pick this shit up. All right. Any other questions? We at the top of the hour. So for anybody wondering why I'm so strict on myself about my trades, it's because of these things right here. My rules. Every trade we looked at, what did I do? I identified the trade on higher time frames. I waited for a pullback. Price must be in the golden zone. Does it always happen? No. I look for a reversal pattern on the lower time frame, take the trade, put stop loss in. At every single trade I took that was a banger, it followed these steps right here. If you don't know, I ask you all the time, what is your criteria? What is your rules for you to enter a trade? What must you see on the chart for you to get in the trade? If you can't tell me that, you trading blind. Because we keep rules to stay disciplined, right? The Oracle trade had this. The Nike trade had this. The Boeing trade had this. And they all went over 500%. The IWM trade had the same thing. The IWM trade had this. Just rinse and repeat these rules every time.
I was so mad about IWM yesterday. It didn't even make no sense. That was the most craziest trade of the day, probably.
Oh yeah, people got 2,000% on IWM. Somebody just asked a question. If swinging does a stop loss work when the market is closed to or not? No, so the stop loss only can be hit when the market is open. It can hit it in the pre-market, but it won't take you out the trade though, right? So if if I put my stop loss, let's just say at 40.50 and it's above it after hours in pre-market, I won't be stopped out yet. But if price is above it when the market is open, I'll get stopped out. Hold on. You got some good questions. How many candles need to close above or below to confirm your entry? I don't know how many candles need to close. I just want to see a pullback to that area. Can you explain what a breaker structure and change of character is? Yes, I can do that. So I go back here. All right. So breaker structure mean, hey, we still in alignment of making higher highs and higher lows. We just broke the structure to the upside, right? Pull back, higher low. Once it break that higher high, that is a breaker structure. Change of character means, hey, we are no longer making higher highs and higher lows on here. So if we're not making higher highs and higher lows, we are what? Bearish, right? So once you see that change of character, your mindset should change. Hey, on this time frame, we no longer bullish. We are bearish. Boom, you start making lower lows and lower highs. Answer that one. Did that help you out, Adriana?
Hey, my bad. You was done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Put on the Trump speech.
Is it gonna allow me to play it?
Yeah, I mean it should. I was wondering if you want to sit in here and watch it real quick. I never really got into that stuff, but why not?
All right, so the charting is over. So if you don't hear Trump State of the Union speech, you can leave. It's up to you.
Mr. Palantisi.